guys, it's Goldy, and today I'm going to show you how I made this plethora of Christmas tree themed sweets. First up is these window cookies. I'll be giving you guys the full recipe, but I'll be using the half recipe myself. Unfortunately, my camera kept glitching the day I was recording, and I lost a lot of footage, so... First, I whisked 3 3/4 cup of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and a pinch of salt. Then, in a separate bowl, I creamed together 1½ cups of sugar and 1 cup of salted butter. Once that was done, I beat in 2 eggs, one at a time, and 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Once everything was mixed, I wrapped the dough in plastic wrap and let it chill for an hour. Once chilled, I rolled the dough out and began cutting out my shapes. I then cut out hanging holes and larger windows from the cookies and filled them up with crushed hard-boiled sweets, then baked them at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 12 minutes. Why am I using Fahrenheit? I'm British. Once the biscuits had cooled slightly, I peeled the still warm sugar off the baking paper and flipped them repeatedly to prevent them from sticking. These are not really meant for consumption, but rather to have a ribbon poked through the left hole at the top and hung on a tree. Next up are these Christmas-like cupcakes. First, I sifted together 3/4 cup plus 2 tablespoons of flour, 3/4 cup of sugar, half a cup of cocoa, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and a pinch of salt. This is another case of lost footage right here. I mixed together half a cup of milk, half a cup of water, 1/4 cup of vegetable oil, and 1 egg. I then combined the wet and dry ingredients. Once combined, I spooned the mix into cupcake cases. Once baked and cooled, I piped on a swirl of simple buttercream icing onto each. I lost the recipe card for this between filming and scripting. Once the swirl was on, I piped on a line of black icing. This was meant to act as the wire. And finally added on some mini chocolate pebbles as the fairy lights. This idea really is simple and easy, and this recipe is delicious. On to the last treat of the day. Finally, it's a giant Christmas tree brownie. Why did I make this? First, I sifted 1 cup plus 2 tablespoons of sugar, half a cup of cocoa, half a cup of flour, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. I then lost the footage, but I mixed in 1/3 cup of milk, half a cup of vegetable oil, 1 egg, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Once it was all mixed, I poured it into a lined baking tin and baked it at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 40 minutes. When it had cooled, I cut out the Christmas tree using this giant cookie cutter we bought on a whim, because why not, apparently. I then dyed what I had left of the buttercream green and spread it onto the brownie in a Christmas tree-like design. And that's that. This brownie only existed for 2 hours and I've since had to make it again. I hope you guys enjoyed all these recipes and I'll see you all next week. Bye!